So, in the model 4, in this session, we are discussing or I am giving the lecturing related to the biological wastewater treatment. Under that, it is activated sludge process. Activated sludge process. Biological treatment process is one in which the we are using the biological microorganisms. We are using the microorganisms for the degradation of the organic matter which are present in the wastewater. Present in the wastewater. So it is a mixed culture of biological. It is a mixed biological culture in which we break down the organic matters which are present in the wastewater into a simple form. Into a simple form, and finally we remove the organic matter. The secondary treatment process are designed specially to reduce the oxygen demand of wastewater. Once the oxygen organic matters are present in the wastewater, automatically the rate of demand of the oxygen is also goes on increasing. But in this biological process, we are reducing the oxygen demand by removing the organic matters which are present in the particular one. In the particular one, usually it may carried out by aerobic process, anaerobic process, or the combination of both in the presence of oxygen. In the presence of oxygen. So here, secondary treatment process is one that reduces the BOD and suspended solids levels to below 30 mg per L. Means if you want to reduce the concentration of the BOD before we go for disposing wastewater to the running water body or on land or ocean, whatever it may be, we are supposed to reduce the concentration of the wastewater up to the disposal standard. For that, if you are using the biological wastewater treatment, then it is possible to remove the BOD as well as suspended solids which are present in the wastewater below 30 mg per L. Most secondary treatment process used microbial action to reduce the oxygen demand of waste. Means it is a presence in the presence of microorganisms. We are reducing the oxygen demand. By that, we reduce the amount of organic matter present in the system or in the wastewater. The microorganisms within the process uses oxygen demanding materials as nutrients and the energy for the growth. The microorganisms are the chemotrophs which are mainly depending upon the organic matter. They utilize the organic matters for their survival, for their metabolic activity, and also it is a nutrients for the microbial activity. By that they are getting the energy for their growth, for reproduction, and all these things. Okay. Next, we pass on to the components of the secondary treatment process are as follows. The main components of the secondary treatment process are as follows. First one is microorganisms. Okay, whether it may be fungi and bacteria and all these things which are very essential for the biological activation or biological treatment. And also, before we go for the what about the type of the reaction takes place by the microbial activity, we are having a basic knowledge related to the what about the process, what about the lifestyle or lifestyle of the microbes are all very important. Okay, the lifestyle, the activity of the microbes is mainly depending upon the presence of the nutrients. The presence of the nutrients. What about the amount of food or amount of nutrient present in the particular one? On the base of that only, it is possible to design a biological treatment unit. And oxygen supplied means we for the microbial degradation of the organic matter it requires oxygen, so we supply the oxygen from naturally or through artificial system. Wastewater and mixing bring all the other components together. Mixing is proposed is very important in this process. Mix the organic matter with the microbes with a proper ratio. By that, the speed of the or rate of the microbial activity may increase by proper mixing and all these things. It involves the stabilization of the waste solids by decomposition of the into harmless inorganic solids either by aerobic or anaerobic bacteria. Means the degradation of the organic matter will be carried out in the presence of oxygen, then it is termed as an aerobic bacteria or aerobic decomposition. Otherwise, The decomposition of the organic matter will takes place in the absence of oxygen. Then it is called as anaerobic decomposition. For both, in some of the case, the combined action will be takes place. Both aerobic and anaerobic reaction will takes place. Such a type of system is called as facultative system, in which both aerobes as well as anaerobe bacteria are present and they degrade the organic matter present in the particular wastewater. It is classified under three heads. Okay, the biological wastewater treatment is one in which the microbes are used as a main source or main source for the degradation of the organic matter in the presence of oxygen or in the absence of oxygen. It is classified mainly under three headings. The attached growth system or fixed film process means here microbes are attached to the inert material and they start to degrade the organic matter which are come in contact with them. By that they are reducing the concentration of the organic matter. To reduce the concentration of the organic matter, by that the BOD as well as suspended solids which are present in the wastewater is decreased. Okay, suspended growth system is one in which the microbes as well as the organic matters are in a suspension. The suspension is maintained by naturally or artificially through aeration system. Through aeration system. Once the microbes as well as the organic matter are in the suspension, okay, then such a system is called as a mixed liquor suspended solids. By that, the organic matters are come in contact with the microbes, and the organic matters are utilized by the microbes for their degradation of the organic matter. By that, the BOD as well as suspended solids which are present in wastewater is decreased up to the required level depending upon the how we are design the system and all these things. Combination process means in which we are utilizing both anaerobic as well as aerobic bacteria for degradation of the organic matter present in the system. So activated sludge process. Activated sludge process refers to biological treatment process that uses a suspended growth of organics to remove BOD and suspended solids, and process require an aeration tank and a settling tank. Here, the aeration tank and the settling tank are the two important components of the activated sludge process. Aeration tanks are helpful for mixing of the microorganisms with the organic matter and maintain the system in a suspension. For that, aeration tank is one in which we supply the oxygen to the particular tank naturally or artificially. And in settling tank is one it is usually it is termed as a secondary clarifier, secondary settling tank, in which it is helpful for settling of the solids which are present in the particular one and mixture of the organics as well as the microbes, and also it is helpful for separating the wastewater with the system or activated sludge. Activated sludge is one in which it contains microbes as well as organic matter, microbes as well as the organic matters. So in the settling tank, it is separating the wastewater with the activated sludge, and also it is helpful for returning the activated sludge to the aeration tank for increasing the efficiency of the aeration tank and supply the required food as well as oxygen for the microbial activity. The activated sludge process was developed in England 1914 and was so named because it involved production of an active mass of microorganisms capable of aerobically stabilizing the organic content of a waste. So combination of microbes plus the organic matter which are active mass, which are termed as an active mass. Activated sludge is probably the most versatile of the biological wastewater treatment process, capable of producing an efficient with any desired BOD. Means it is possible to remove the BOD up to the required extent depending upon the what about the amount of microbes present, amount of the organic matter, amount of the oxygen supply, and all these things. The process uh, has thus found wide application among domestic wastewater and industrial wastewater. It is very effective for the domestic wastewater, but up to some extent it may used for the treating the industrial wastewater also, if it is the industrial wastewater free from the toxic materials and all these things. The flow sheet of an activated sludge system is as follows. Okay, in the primary treatment, raw sewage is treated by the screens and remove the floating material debris which are present in the particular one. In the grid chamber, we remove the grids and all these things by reducing the velocity of flow, and grids present in the wastewater is settled due to the gravitational force. And then in primary settling tank, we remove some of the inert materials present in that particular one by gravitational force. After primary settling tank, almost the number of inorganic matters present in the particular one is reduced up to 80 to 90%, and maximum amount of organic matters only present in the particular one. Then it is enter. It may the organic matters are may treated by using the activated sludge process or secondary treatment process. In the activated sludge process, aeration tank is one of the component in which the effluent from coming from the primary settling tank is entered into that particular tank. The main purpose of aeration tank is to supply the required amount of oxygen for the complete degradation of the organic matters which are present in the wastewater. For that, they may go for natural aeration or artificial aeration. By that, they supply the required amount of oxygen. Means, what about the amount of oxygen which is required for the complete degradation of the organic matter by the microbial activity? They are supplied in the particular tank only. Once the required amount of oxygen supplied in that particular tank, and also by the agitation, by the mixing of the microbes with the organic matter, and then the system is in a suspension system or maintain a mixed activated sludge in a suspension system. Suspension system. If it is in a suspension system only, then it is working very effectively. If you are not maintain mixing properly or in the suspension system, then the activated sludge may settle at the bottom of the aeration tank. By that, the efficiency may reduce. To make it a very active one, we maintain that particular activated sludge in a suspension system only. Suspension system only. Once the suspension system, the degradation of the organic material takes place. By that, the size of that particular activated sludge is increased, and also once the complete degradation of the complete degradation of organic material takes place, then the microbes are leads to the death, and also there are some of the inorganic materials are present. By that, the efficiency of the aeration tank is reduced. For that, what we go for next, we are installing another unit is called as a final settling, otherwise secondary clarifier. Secondary clarifier is one, the effluent coming from the activated sludge aeration tank is reach the secondary clarifier or final settling tank. In the final settling tank, it separates the wastewater as well as activated moss or activated sludge. Okay, and activated sludge, which is having some amount of microorganisms as well as organic matter and all these things to improve the efficiency of the activated sludge process. To supply required quantity of food to the microbial activity, we return the activated moss, activated sludge to the aeration tank by pumping and all these things. The amount or rate of activated sludge process is also depending upon the what about the amount of sludge returned to the aeration tank. It is also one of the factor. It is one of the factor. Once some required amount of sludge is returned to the aeration tank, and remaining is flowed towards to the treated effluent, and there is an excess of amount of sludge is there, then it is passed to the or moved to the digester, and finally it reach the sludge drain bed. This is the flow chart with the explanation of the activated sludge system which is involved in that particular one. Very simple. In this system, we maintain the suspension system of the activated sludge. From that, the efficiency is increased. For maintaining this suspension system, we supply oxygen externally or internally and mix it properly, and we are maintain or we allow it for few hours or few minutes depending upon the requirement, depending upon the hydraulic loads, or depending upon the organic matter present, depending upon the microbe present on that particular system, and finally we reduce the amount of organic matter which are present in the particular one. So primary effluent is mixed with return active sludge to form a mixed liquor. MLSS usually it is termed as a mixed liquor suspended solids. Mixed liquor suspended solids. The mixed liquor is aerated for a specified length of time. During the aeration, the activated sludge organisms use available organic matter as food, producing stable solids and more organics. The suspended solids produced by the process and additional organisms become part of the activated sludge. Part of the activated sludge. The solids are then separated from the wastewater in the settling tank, what I am explained earlier. The solids are returned to the influent of aeration tank, return activated sludge. Periodically, the excess solids and organisms removed from the system. Failure to remove waste solids will result in poor performance and lose the solids out of the system over the settling tank effluent period. Means if you are not maintained properly, means we are for timely we are removing the excess of sludge which is produced in the particular one. If you are not removed that particular excess of waste solids present in that particular waste solids, means it includes dead microorganism cells and organic matter, inorganic materials, inert materials, and all these things properly, then it is affecting on the efficiency of the treatment unit. Efficiency of the treatment unit. The factors affecting the activated sludge process. There are so many factors which are influencing on the performance of the activated sludge. Is temperature. Temperature is also one of the criteria because coming to the microbes, there are different types of the microbes are there. Mesothelic bacteria, thermophilic bacteria, and all these things. Some of the bacteria are very active at particular range of temperature. Okay, mesophilic bacteria are very active in a lower temperature. Thermophilic bacteria are those which are very active at the higher temperature. So if you are maintain the required temperature in the system, then only the microbial activity are very strong. By that, the degradation of the organic matter is increased. And return rates means a returning of the activated sludge from the secondary clarifier, which is also one of the factor which is influencing on that particular one. Returning rates is more the performance or removal efficiency is also more since returning sludge is having a number of microbes, living microbes as well as the foods and all these things or nutrient and all these things. By that, the degradation of the organic matter will be faster one. Amount of oxygen available. Oxygen is one of the important parameter which is influencing on the degradation of the organic matter present in the particular one. So amount of oxygen supplied is increased. By that, the degradation of the organic matter is also increased. So it is finally leads to the efficiency of the performance of the active sludge is increases. So we may supply the oxygen naturally or mechanically, whatever it may be. But our main aim is to supply the sufficient quantity of oxygen to the system. So the system is in that to in a aeration tank. The main aim of the aeration tank itself is to supply the required quantity of oxygen. Amount of organic matter available means amount of organic matter available is the nutrients, which are main source of food for the microbes. Okay, if sufficient amount of organic matters are available, then the microbes are consume those food, those nutrients as a food of source of food. By that, their metabolic activity will increase. From that, the reproduction as well as the energy will release from that particular one. By that, the performance is increased. pH. pH means one of the important factors which is influencing that particular one. So microbes are very active in the particular range of pH. For example, 6.5 to 8.5, they are very active. If the pH is less than 6.56, then it may leads to the acidic condition, which may leads to acidic condition, then it is affecting on the microbial activity. Waste rate means what about the waste which is entering into the system? Amount of waste which is entering into the system. Amount is more than the performance is less. Amount is less, the performance is the aeration time. Aeration time means what about the time required for aeration? Aeration time increases, it increases the amount of oxygen required for the particular system. If the aeration time is decreases, then there is maybe a shortage of the oxygen in the system. Wastewater toxicity means if the toxic materials are present in the wastewater, then which may lead to the death of the living organism. Okay, the toxic materials are comes in contact with the microbes, then it is affecting on the cells of the microbes. By that, the the microbes which are present in the system may lead to death. By that, the efficiency of the system is decreased. So that's why when you go for active sludge process, it is preferred for the municipal wastewater only. So it is not possible to remove the BOD and suspended solids present in the industrial wastewater. It is depending upon the what about the type of the effluent and what about the nature of the industries and all these things. To obtain desired level of performance in an activated stress system, a proper balance must maintain between the amount of food, that is mainly it's called as food to microbial ratio. Food to microbial ratio, organism is activated sludge and oxygen. What about the amount of oxygen present required for that particular one? Process design consideration. The wastewater contains some suspended and colloidal solids and then agitated in the presence of air. The suspended solids from that system on which the biological life develop and gradually built up to the larger size, which is known as activated sludge. Activated sludge means it is combination of the microbes as well as the organic matter. That's why it is called as activated sludge. The biological organisms utilize absorb materials as food and convert into inert, soluble solids and new bacterial cells. Means new growth is developed by utilizing the organic matter present in the particular one. By that, the growth of the microbes are also increasing. Collecting the sludge produced from each volume of wastewater treated and reuse it in the treatment of subsequent wastewater flows. Means it is recirculation of the wastewater or recirculation of the activated sludge. It is called as a recirculation of the activated sludge. The sludge so reused is known as returned sludge. It is also one of the important things to be remembered. The activated sludge must be kept in suspension during its period of contact with the wastewater being treated by some method of vegetation. Means if you maintain the suspension, if you are not maintain the suspension automatically due to the specific weight of the solids and all these things, it start to settle at the bottom. Once it start to settle at the bottom, by that the efficiency may decrease. For that, if you want to maintain the suspension system, vegetation is very important. Activated sludge process consists of the following steps: mixing the activated sludge with the wastewater to be treated. It is called mixed liquor. Bring the microorganisms in contact with the organics of the wastewater. Aeration and agitation of the mixed liquor for the required length of time. Mixing the return sludge with the effluent from the primary treatment. Keeping the activated sludge in suspension. Supply the oxygen to the biochemical reaction necessary for the stabilization of the wastewater. Separation of the activated sludge from the mixed liquor in the final clarification process, that is secondary clarifier, is to be separate the activated sludge from the mixed liquor. The main purpose of the introducing the secondary clarifier is to separate the wastewater from the activated sludge and return the particular sludge to the aeration tank. Return the proper amount of activated sludge for mixture with the wastewater. Maintain the concentration of sludge sufficient for the desired degree of treatment. If you before we go for design of the activated sludge process, we decided how much quantity of BOD should be removed from the wastewater, and depending upon that particular one, the degree of the returning sludge varies. Disposal of excess activated sludge. Maintain the desired solids constant. Means if there is any excess of activated sludge is there, after once the activated sludge is complete the process, then it is termed as a sludge. It includes dead cells of the microbes, organic matter up to some extent, inorganic metals, and all these things. So we remove that particular then frequently, otherwise it may affecting on the efficiency. Some of the common question which may ask in the competitive exams and all these things are explained in this slides. Okay, multiple choice questions related to the activated sludge process. Activated sludge process uses microorganisms to degrade organisms from the wastewater. Whether true or false, usually it is true. Okay, activated sludge process degrade organic matters and improve nutrients, remove odor, and remove taste. It remove the nutrients only. What is required to keep the activated sludge suspension? Carbon dioxide, nitrogen, oxygen, ammonia. So if you maintain the suspension, it requires oxygen, otherwise aeration. What does the bacterium use to grow? Okay, it requires organic pollutants for the survival. For the survival. Activated sludge process can be used for treating all types of the wastewater. No, it is not possible to treat all types of the wastewater. It is possible to treat the waste which are free from the toxic materials and all these things. Dash combines aeration basing and secondary clarifier into a single unit. So it is called as sequential batch reactor. Sequential batch reactor. When the aeration system shuts off, the basin begins to perform as a it is secondary clarifier. Secondary clarifier means the main purpose is to separate the wastewater from the activated sludge. Dash provides the dual purpose of providing DO and mixing of mixed liquor and wastewater. It is completed in the aeration tank. This process is completed in the aeration tank. Why is the sludge aerated? So to increase the bacterial growth. If the bacterial growth increases, the efficiency of the treatment plant also increases. Dash is treated in activated sludge reactor. It is the pre-treated sludge is treated in the particular reactor. After the treatment, the BOD demand is decreases. Definitely, BOD demand means amount of oxygen which is required for degradation of organic materials decreases. Main purpose of active sludge process is to decrease the BOD concentration of BOD DO required for the particular process. Which is the next reactor after activated sludge reactor in the treatment process? It is clarifier. It is clarifier. Where is the sludge at the bottom of the clarifier process? 2. It is processed to the aeration tank. It is called as returning sludge. Which of these is not an alternative to activated sludge treatment system? Okay, stabilization pond is also biological treatment. Rotating biological reactor is also biological treatment. Trickle filter is also biological treatment. Next one is screening. It is not related to that particular one. Okay, thank you, one and all.